Hello, I'm Anna Sell for Beneath the Surface with Scott Gibson. Scott met up with Joe Martin, founder and chairman of Cambridge House International, to discuss why people should attend the upcoming Cambridge House Vancouver Investment Conference. They also discussed what the advantages are of meeting mining companies you might be interested in investing in face-to-face. Joe also gives us a sneak peek of the brand new Cambridge House College. See you in Vancouver. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Scott Gibson with Beneath the Surface. I'm here with Joe Martin of Cambridge House International. He's the chairman and founder of the company. Hi, Joe. Thanks for being with us.
Great to be here, Scott. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. And just wanted to, we're here in Montreal at the Cambridge House Conference, and wanted to get your take on what's going on in the markets today relative to what's happening with gold and the excitement there.
Well, Scott, I just came back from a whirlwind trip of 5 markets in Europe. And it was quite interesting in seeing in Germany particularly the people buying bullion. They're lining up to buy bullion. I got a little funny thing right here. Here's 100 grams of silver that I picked up. And they're selling it so you can rip off a little piece of silver and go buy your bread or your groceries. And it was really interesting because seeing the amount of people buying bullion was incredible.
Phenomenal demand over there.
In Germany's interesting because they've been through this before. They know what it's like. In 1914, it took 87 Deutschmarks to buy 30 dozen eggs. At the end of the war, 1918, it took 100 Deutschmarks to buy 6 dozen. By 1925, it took 4.25 billion marks to buy 5 dozen. So these people know what it's like, and they're afraid of the economy over there and the euro going down, and they're just lined up buying bullion. Now, the intriguing thing about that is the stocks aren't following yet. And that's where shows like this one in Montreal and coming up in Vancouver have to get involved, because if you want to get a real good hit, there's a lot of good stocks out there that are a good bargain.
Well, that's where I attend almost all, if not all, of your conferences. You're the best person in putting on conferences in Canada for the junior mining and small cap mining stocks sector. Really appreciate the services you provide the industry.
I guess, I own a lot of stock too, like you do. And it's the one thing about buying stocks, you can do all your research on the internet, and you should. And you can read your newsletter writers, and you should. But there's nothing like in the junior exploration business about shaking hands with the person, looking them in the eye and saying, are you for real? Are you really going to do this?
That's what I do at your conferences. It works really well. And I suggest it to everyone that is investing in these companies. It makes a lot of sense.
I believe the most important thing in any junior stock is the people. Good people will get good properties, good management. They'll find the funding. And if something goes wrong, they'll emerge with another property.
And when and where is your next conference, the Vancouver conference?
Oh, the big one we do, the world's biggest, is in Vancouver, January 22nd and 23rd. And this is kind of interesting. We're taking it up to a new level in terms of size. We've got all the convention center in Vancouver. We'll have about 500 exhibitors. And so we're putting in 2 restaurants, we're putting in coffee kiosks, so we've got 2 tents. One tent will be the Cambridge House Investor College, and we have Casey Research will be taking over a tent. And we'll have a broadcast center, and people can come and listen and see you interviewing people.
And how many attendees did you have last year, and how many do you expect this year?
We had about 10,000 last year, and I would expect about 12,000 this year.
That's
this coming year.
Significant increase.
Well, the interest is in Vancouver, and as we see what's happening around the world, the bullion's front page of the Globe and Mail today.
Can you tell us a little bit about the other things that you're bringing into your conferences now with your investment colleges?
Well, we think it's time maybe. I don't think people understand really a lot of things about the markets and how exploration is different than mining. I think there's a lot of younger people who you can now have $15,000, next year $20,000 in a tax-free savings account, and I don't think that's been explained. So there's going to be a lot of elementary lectures going on, 45-minute cycles, and some will be more advanced with people like John Kaiser talking about his rational speculation model. But you can sit in on these and pick up the different speakers you want, and it's a learning. So that's why we call it Investor College.
It's a great tool for the attendees of your conference. Again, that's Joe Martin, the chairman of Cambridge House International, producer of the premium conferences across Canada and in the United States. Again, my name is Scott Gibson with Beneath the Surface. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for watching Beneath the Surface with Scott Gibson. Stay tuned for more.
biggest mistake they made is not really understanding why they're buying a deposit or a project. You don't do that, you're going to lose money.
We've been in the eye of the storm, and we're going into a very, very serious period.
And that first chart just shows the direction all fiat currencies
Do not rely on government.
This is a time when you should remember what it was like in 2000.
The dollar, which is just a floating abstraction, is going to dry up and blow away. It's going to be destroyed.
You know, I look around me today and I see people that are not looking after themselves, and yes, I'm afraid for them. I'm scared. But you know what? I look after myself first, and I do that by going to a Cambridge conference. And there's a lot of people like me out there, and you can do it too. You know, you listen to these pundits talk about the economy. They haven't got the foggiest. This is where it all happens. We've got the world's best speakers at a Cambridge conference who don't give you a sound clip. They tell you the real thing. Turn that TV off, put your beer down, and come on down and find out what's happening with your life.